Good morning, everyone. In today's news, we'll talk about how the price of XRP is about to go up by a huge amount. Right now, I'm going to tell you that we've begun to make the bend. We're starting to turn that corner, and by September 7th, I think the price of XRP will reach $7 to $15. I don't want you to have to watch the whole movie to get the timeline and the goals. This is what I'm going to say right away, but please see the whole thing through. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Last week, XRP had a very strong close above $3.24. That was the sign we were looking for to prove that the downtrend was mostly over. We are about to start the reverse process all over again, and XRP should be worth $4 to $5 soon. Zacrector.com has everything. Look it over. Scientists give a scary report. Make sure you're scared all the time. Make sure the next scary thing scares you. We think it will be aliens this time. The strange object racing through our solar system. It's even bigger than we thought, they say. I just wanted to let you know that you should keep your cash capital margin aside so that you can buy that alien dip. Not giving you financial advice, but you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the alien invasion. You can be sure of it. One more thing, I think the intergalactic would be the aliens' money of choice if they had to use one. The token that XRP is backed by. I need to write that down. DGH, I'm beginning to believe that Trump and Bassett are working together to completely destroy the crypto market cap. This is being done so that stablecoin companies will have to create more and more USD stablecoins, which means they have to legally buy more and more treasuries. Which is what we were talking about when we talked about that Genius Act and why they let Tether go. You know, the Tether fraud, the Tether plan. Not my words, but the Department of Justice in New York and the New York Attorney General know about the plan. It is a fraud and a trick. I mean, none of these court papers are from me. Why then have they been allowed to keep running around? As you may know, they have more than $100 billion in bonds. I believe they have $60 billion in treasuries. Theirs is now backed by gold and Bitcoin as well, but that won't be possible under the Genius Act. You need to back it up with cash. It needs to be backed by funds. Also, it does make sense to make this bigger. And they've taken note of the $2 to $3 trillion opening that the Genius Act stablecoin laws will cause. This is really huge ripple. RLUSD setting the bar. And this week there's another reason why we're going to have to pump again. Do not feel sad. Do not stress out. A lot of people were shocked when we dropped from 360 to 296 last week. It cost us 60 cents of XRP price, and a lot of people were ready to give up. You would be seriously hurting your wealth if you sold now, because the next leg up is about to start. Some of these things will start to happen because of the order that President Trump issued at the start of the year. This said that we need a report on the US strategic crypto stockpiles viability. And if you remember, President Trump put XRP, Solana and Cardano at the top of the list. They will have a chance. We're going to see if it's possible. In fact, I think that this feasibility study will be here on Wednesday. That's why I want XRP to be directly mentioned. It's just a matter of how optimistic the feasibility study is about XRP and these other digital assets. But that, along with the trade deals that are being made, makes this a very strong market. The US and China decided to keep the tariff freeze in place for an extra 90 days. Yes, thanks a lot. That's a strong reason to buy. The deal between the EU and the UK that was made over the weekend. Very optimistic. One of the world's biggest markets was just opened up by President Trump. The European Union is going to open its $20 trillion market to us and agree to all of our safety and quality standards for the first time ever. Besides that, it will buy $750 billion, buy energy from us, and put $600 billion into the United States. We are going to set all of our prices at 15%. Bring that money in. Also, for those keeping score at home, the tariff income is getting close to $750 billion, which is what they said was the goal. When tariff revenue gets close to $750 billion, it will be enough to get rid of the income tax totally. For people who make less than $125,000 a year, we're getting very close to that number. In fact, we're going to hit it very soon. That would make it possible to get rid of the income tax for everyone making less than $125,000. I think that's a good start. That's a good start, but I think we can do better. Today is a big day for trade between the US and the EU. It will make our bonds stronger for decades to come. Yes, so the EU made deals for us. A deal just came together between us and Vietnam. We got one with the United States. I believe we had one with Japan. Yes, Japan was two last week. Now EU, we also got a break on China. That's the big one. We're holding off on China for now. So these are all more things that will make the markets go up. And you can see that mass acceptance is coming quickly. PayPal charges a lot of fees to send money to other countries. It's no longer going to be true. By letting people pay with cryptocurrency, you can cut costs by up to 90%. They're putting out their new item here. Cut fees for foreign transactions by up to 90%. Let customers pay with more than 100 cryptocurrencies and wallets that are compatible, and get their money right away. With Pay with Crypto, a new payment way that lets merchants reach more than 650 million people, we're making all of this and more easy to get crypto people, and let them pay with any of the hundreds of wallets and cryptocurrencies that are accepted. That's what we mean when we say flip the switch. PayPal is huge, and they're already doing pretty well with steady coins. XRP is also part of this full integration for all of these cryptocurrencies, and we love seeing it so much. This will bring millions or even tens of millions of new people into the crypto environment. For many people, this new banking system means they might not even know what's going on behind the scenes. You already know that the rails are on Stellar Network, XRP Ledger and Ripple. Know that it's just a US dollar to them, just like the one in their bank account right now. As a stable coin in the future, the US dollar will look like this. There is transaction flow going on in the background over DLT technology. Most of these people won't even know that their credit unions are now integrating other apps like Venmo, PayPal, and whatever else they want to use. We saw that Bank Social had a big deal with all of the credit unions in the country last week so that they could use them. You can buy cryptocurrency right from the app for your credit union. Once more, we've taken away all the obstacles. I also said that there are no more excuses for any crypto projects now that we're in a new age. You can now use your credit union app to learn about crypto. You no longer have to worry about banks stopping your transactions, or at least you hope not. I hope they're not. If they don't, they'll fall behind and lose your business because everyone else is turning that switch on, letting people access and integrate their work. All of that is also exposed when ETFs come in from a 401k salary plan. There's no more reason. So there's a big problem if you're not getting movement right now. And that means that if you have a bag of crypto, it doesn't have a booming retail ecosystem or any institutional money coming in. You should think about why you have that bag in your hand. As long as we're talking about bags being held, this week we'll be able to grant Segway over $290 million worth of tokens. The ticker is SUI. It's not mine, I'm not biased. I have nothing to gain or lose from this game, but I want to make this point. The biggest will be 241 million, which Sway will release on August 1st. So the 290 million tokens were open for everyone, and 241 million of them will come from Sweden on August 1st.